The Mermonkey got some massive buffs and huge changes in update 50.2.0. The most notable one in my opinion is a price decrease from $375 to $275. Now that's the medium mode pricing, so in Chimps mode it's going to cost $295, which means you can start with 2 Mermonkeys, which offers you a pretty unique and effective start on some of the harder Chimps maps. As you saw there, it can start in Flooded Valley, it can also start on Ravine, believe it or not, which was a surprise to me in testing. And lastly, it's a pretty easy way to start on Oucha as well if you just pair a Submarine with a Mermonkey. But guys, the changes to the Mermonkey do not stop there. Pretty much all of the lower tier upgrades have been either buffed in effectiveness or reduced in price. The most notable of these changes, in my opinion, is echosense network being cheaper and now granting a 10% range bonus compared to the 6% used to. So because of the price reduction of this upgrade and the price reduction of Mermonkey as well, you can pretty easily get 10 echosense networks down and allow your Mermonkey to hit the entire map, which is very effective on the top path Lord of the Abyss. And that's what we'll be showcasing today. Let's hop right into it. And the map I have selected for this Mermonkey showcase, guys, is Quad, because I was wondering if I get a Lord of the Abyss in the center and buff the range a ton, it should in theory be able to cover the whole map, which would be absolutely ridiculous. But my first question here is, can you even beat round 6 with Mermonkeys on this map? You can on a lot of the other expert maps now, you saw that in the intro, but I have not tested Quad yet for this start. Let's see, and I'm dead. Okay, I was thinking Mermonkey start might struggle here a little bit just because of the lack of intersections. How about we do a Mermonkey and Desperado then? I feel like this will work. And looks like it does. And that's the great part about this Mermonkey price change. You don't have to really do 2 Mermonkeys. You know, it gives you so much flexibility with your starting options now. How about I just get a second Desperado down? 1 Desperado on both sides. We'll see how this ends up playing out. My hope is with a setup like this, I can just save up for my hero, which is Etienne. And obviously bring Etienne for that potential of range bonus, which would be really nice. Now, if this setup still struggles, I can probably get a second Mermonkey on the left-hand side and just have that mirrored defense. Round 10. I still die, yeah, okay. And I was only like $40 away from affording Etienne at the point I died as well. I was getting pretty close. I'm assuming a second Mermonkey will do the trick though. And it does, nice. Okay, round 12, we finally do get Etienne down. We'll just place the hero right on this top bend, I think is the most effective place. Now here's the thing, with a strategy like I'm trying to do, where I get a Lord of the Abyss in the center of the map and give it a bunch of range bonuses, the early game is going to be really difficult. And I'm not really talking about round 14, but I am dying here. Let's just get a sniper to help me out. I'm more so talking about like the mid to early game, because that Mermonkey in the center is not really going to do anything at all for us defensively until we give it a bunch of buffs. So I'm going to need something to carry me before we reach the point of affording all the range bonuses, you know what I'm saying? All of the echosense networks and whatnot. And here's what I'm thinking. We are going to use a Blazing Sun for our mid game. The reasoning behind that is I want something that's good in the mid game, but also can pop the BAD because the Lord of the Abyss lacks single target damage. And then on top of the Blazing Sun, I can also pair it with a middle path Desperado, a Deadeye, which then in addition to supporting my Blazing Sun can also give range to the Mermonkey. But round 21 is looking to be a problem. Try using Drone Swarm again. I don't think I'm defending this though. Yeah. So before we do any of that, I'll still need another tower for the early game. What about just a 2/0/0 Desperado over here? This is probably gonna be my Blazing Sun later. And it looks like it actually is making a pretty big difference. Okay. Very weird early game, but it is somehow working out. Let's get the big iron up now. And then I think next we try to save for the Deadeye. Ooh, round 27 might get me though. This round has a lot of density to it. Big irons, that's not really what the big iron excels at. We can get Bullseye for now. Well, wait a second. No, we're still actually popping everything. Okay. And Deadeye is 3240, so it's a little bit expensive. It would have been nice if it could have greeted for a discount village before some of this stuff, but I think that would have made the early game just too hard. Camo Bloons in round 33. This guy has camo protection and my Etienne's camo protection, so that's actually enough to cover all of my bases there. And then later, all of my towers will have camo once we hit level 8 Etienne. We do have enough money for that Deadeye though, which I am actually going to wait on the purchase. Just because, again, maybe I can go for a discount village first. Well, round 35 is difficult. Deadeye has been purchased. Look at the range of this guy. It already almost covers the whole map. I guess it probably could if I give it another range bonus on top of the fact that Etienne's gonna level up and grant even more range later too. Oh, I'm still dead. Wait a second. I guess this isn't a very good Deadeye location. Let's try using some abilities in here. I mean, it makes sense. Deadeye, normally you want to have straight lines to pop things, and in this spot, yeah, that's not really the case. Okay, I'm gonna try to cook with a different early game real quick. Alright guys, we're back in the early game once again, round 35. This time around I have a big iron with an airburst start, and I was actually able to discount my big iron underneath a village as well, which is fantastic. And I think the last addition I'll make to this early game setup is getting an Alk buff for my submarine. That's always a really effective play in these expert chimps maps, just an Alk buffed intel sub. So let's purchase that now, round 37. And I'm guessing we'll probably need to add something for the Moab. There's no way I'm gonna have twin 6s in time. Lead balloons are also becoming a bit of a problem because, well, we're still good. I was gonna say, we have to rely on the sniper to hit every lead or the AMD buffed sub, and that's not fully consistent. All right, here we go. Drone swarm. This is doing okay single target. Please. Oh, barely die. How can I squeeze out just a little bit of extra damage? Here's what I think. We get a second village. I'm gonna want multiple villages anyways, because since I'll be spamming so many mermonkeys, discounting them is gonna be important. And with that second village, now 18 has jungle drums because the first village's range is big enough to affect. Does that make any difference? Actually, we did much worse. What the heck? How does that make any sense? Maybe instead of the second village, we just upgrade the submarine then? Didn't really want to upgrade the sub, but it's fine if I need to. And that does make the difference. Okay. I'm hoping at this point we can kind of just save for the twin 6s and Blazing Sun. Then we can just have a nice Blazing Sun carry through the mid-game rounds. You know what I'm saying? All right, twin 6s has been purchased. Only 17.8k for this guy. Very cheap 5th tier. And when do you actually get that 20% bonus from Etienne's range? I think it's like level 16? Yeah, it is. Okay. That's the main level I'm looking for on Etienne. Level 20 Etienne's also fantastic, having that permanent UCAV. Let's see what the Mermonkey range will be looking at right now, by the way. Yeah, we still aren't close to having enough range on a Mermonkey in the center that would reach the outskirts. Around 49. I think I'm going to start struggling. Yeah. I mean, maybe there is a reason to try getting the Mermonkey down early. Let's see how many echosense networks we'd actually need. Because the thing is, we lack the peers to get through these rounds, and having a top path Mermonkey is exactly what helps you out there. All right, echosense network, yep. We'll get one here, and I'm assuming it's worth to upgrade this Mermonkey to echosense network, even though it's not underneath villages. We kind of cover some track now. Okay, let's get another one in this location, and then another one right here. Wow, I actually did not need as many as I thought I would. This already covers a lot of track. I will purchase one more though, and one more after that. There we go. That covers most of the track length now. And with that, I'm assuming I'll be okay. I only have a 3rd tier Mermonkey is the problem. But we can get Abyssal Warrior soon. And I mean, just look at the difference that makes. Even a 3rd tier is pretty strong with this amount of range. Let's get the Abyssal Warrior now. And I'm guessing I didn't really need that Blazing Sun I was talking about to save up for the range buff Mermonkey, since it was much cheaper than I was expecting to get this amount of range, you know what I'm saying? Because of that, let's just see if we can save straight for the Lord of the Abyss. Only 24.8k. It's not that expensive. And by the way, guys, this is not the end of the range bonuses. Once I purchase Lord of the Abyss, I think I'm going to have an Alk buff for the Mermonkey, and then probably get ult and echosense networks as well. And we're on round 59 now, which has some leads. We'll just use UCAV ability against those. We don't necessarily need to use UCAV because I'm thinking later I'm going to probably build an MIB village. By the way, BFB, not a problem at all. The reasoning for getting an MIB is Lord of the Abyss cannot pop lead balloons. And if this guy's going to be my main DPS, I'll definitely need it to be able to pop DDTs, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm actually surprised in the strength of this. I mean, I feel like this could be a pretty good black border strategy in all honesty, at least for the mid game. Abyssal Warrior with map-wide range is making this pretty easy besides lead balloons. Let's just use a UCAV. Okay. And we have purchased the Lord of the Abyss. Let's go, guys. With Lord of the Abyss on the field now, I think I'll work towards that Monkey Intelligence Bureau. BFBs are not going anywhere, by the way. I feel like I did a pretty dang good job of centering this as well. If anything, it's probably currently placed a little bit too low, and maybe a bit too much to the left as well, but it's pretty solid. All right, we got the MIB. That's good. What should I get next? I could get an overclock for my Lord of the Abyss. I don't think that would be a bad idea. Instead of that, though, let's get the rest of the echosense networks. One more here. Also, we're at level 15 as so we're close to getting that 20% extra range. I really want to see the Lord of the Abyss with 10 echosense networks and the 20% range bonus. It's going to be nuts. All right, that's 9. And can I get one more under double discount? Oh wait, I can just place it on the water. I completely forgot about this. Yeah. And that's number 10. All right. I mean, look at the range of this guy now. It already covers the entire track besides the areas where I can remove. Is it worth for me to remove these just to give Lord of the Abyss even more coverage? I think so. Let's do it. It's 6,000 to remove all 4. This might be a dumb decision. It normally is when you're playing this map. But just for fun. Oh, it doesn't actually cover the whole map though. You can see on the right-hand side, Lord of the Abyss cannot see the entrance. And the same thing, I'm assuming, goes to the left-hand side. Yeah, that means we need more range, guys. That means I need more range. I'm gonna see if an Elk buff, what that'll do for us. The thing is, Elk buff, I'm pretty sure, doesn't have great uptime on the Lord of the Abyss. Okay. Well, actually, the uptime's not that bad for a 3rd tier. Let's get Perishing Potions on it as well. Now we're past 80 though. So we've got Super Ceramics to deal with. Moabs and BFBs increasing their health and speed every single round. Lord of the Abyss is just absolutely killing everything though. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna have any issues for a while. Until maybe DDTs start coming out. But this is a much easier strategy to pull off than I originally thought it would be. Like, Lord of the Abyss is just cleaning up house. I also have it on first targeting, which I'm not sure if this is like the best targeting. I'm not sure how the targeting actually operates. Like, is switching the targeting only impact the trident throws, or does it also impact the vines that spawn out to kill the balloons? I'm not sure. Or not vines, tentacles. Either way, I think I'm just gonna take this setup as far as it will go, and then once we die, I'll end up buying something else. These 4 ZMGs are actually pushing a little bit. I'm assuming with a UCAV used, I'll be good against this round. This is a round where having the Blazing Sun would also help out a lot, because single target damage is definitely what we lack. And with UCAV, it's not enough. Okay, but instead of getting Blazing Sun, I will go for just a overclock first, to keep this video more centered on Lord of the Abyss for now. With an overclock, surely this is enough. And yeah, that makes a pretty big difference. This Alchemist is no longer buffing my Lord of the Abyss. I think I'll just redo those rounds and not even Alch buff Lord of the Abyss then. I feel like it's just not really worth. I don't know. We'll keep the overclock for it though. Alright, pretty quickly I've made it back to round 88. I think this is where I was last time. ZMG is pushing once again, but I feel like I'll handle. The main thing I'm worried about is actually DDTs. We currently don't really have any slows on the map, so DDTs are going to be quite threatening. And also, even without the Elk buff, it's still pretty close to having map-wide range. Alright, there's the DDTs. Looks like we're finding us round 90 at least, that's good. Round 91. This guy is crazy, dude. Oh my gosh, it's so satisfying just seeing Lord of the Abyss kill everything. And it has the most amount of pops by far in the setup. The next closest is pretty much the Twin Sixes at 96,000. I think we're gonna struggle here though. 4 ZMGs on round 92 with some blimps beforehand. Wait a second. No, we aren't gonna struggle. I was wrong. Oh wait, our overclock ran out. I think I'm dead against ETs. Yeah, I definitely need overclock for ETs. Let's see if getting a Blazing Sun would change that. As I said, I probably want Sky later anyways. And my Blazing Sun has MIB on it, so that can damage ETs, which is nice. And I did defend. Alright, that's good. Blazing Sun does do a decent job of covering the Lord of the Abyss's weaknesses, I feel like. Round 94. Let's keep this guy strong. Lots of ZMGs to deal with. I am actually handling though. Wow. Okay. And here's 95. I think I'm gonna die this round. This MIB is actually getting a crazy amount of value too, now that I think about it. Because ETN's UCAV normally can't damage ETs. Blazing Sun can't, besides with the burn of... Oh wait, no, Blazing Sun actually got changed recently, I forgot about that. But Lord of the Abyss also can't damage ETs normally. So we're getting a ton of value from this Monkey Intelligence Bureau. And it looks like I probably don't even need to use the UCAV ability here. I think I'm fine. Wow, okay. The only problem is we're going to lose on the overclock at the start of 96, so maybe we use a UCAV. I feel like I'm going to struggle here though, yeah. Let's do this. I don't think we have enough range bonuses. How about we get a Bounty Hunter? Or Lord of the Abyss just doesn't have enough range for my liking. Now we should be chilling. Give it range bonus, and yeah, this easily covers the whole map now, even the left-hand and right-hand side. And the other great part about having the Bounty Hunter is it helps the Blazing Sun's damage a ton with the ability, which will be really nice for rounds, which will be really nice for parts like this. Let's give the range bonus to the Blazing Sun, by the way. Strong targeting. Yep. I feel like I'm doing much better than the previous attempt. Only have to pop these BFBs down now. And we are good. Okay. I might honestly be able to beat Quad with over 50,000 spare with this setup, which would be really impressive. I'm not sure if I've had a 50k spare Quad run on this channel before. Around 97. Ideally, we keep abilities available for 98. Let's see if we can do that, though. Can Lord of the Abyss hang on? I think I can do that. Let's try this again. Okay, what if I overclock my Blazing Sun at the start of this round? Alright, let's see if the overclocked Blazing Sun go to work here. Come on. That was actually a very quick popping of the ZOMG. Good sign. I think I'll be okay, but the overclock is not fully off cooldown, is the only concern. It'll work out though, because the blimps aren't even out yet. Yeah. Overclock now. Keep Blazing Sun on strong, keep this guy on strong as well. I guess we give range bonus to my Lord of the Abyss. Let's use UCAV now. I don't see how I'm defending this, I'll be honest. Look at the amount of blimps on my side. Yeah. Okay, I added a mob glue and an unstable concoction. This is pretty much the amount of money I'm able to spend while still barely staying in budget for the 50,000 spare. But I don't know if it's gonna work, obviously. It's a big ask. We're definitely doing better off the start, I'll say that much. Maybe go first target on some of this stuff. It's just so hard to tell what's going on Quad as well, with the amount of layering between the tracks. I can't even tell if I'm, like, defending. Yep, I'm dead. Okay. Alright, what about a Bloons Savo? The thing is, normally Bloons Savo doesn't help out that much on these rounds compared to what you'd probably expect, because it doesn't soak through layers. Like, if I use Bloons Savo, it's only going to work on the blimps before I pop them down. But then once they're popped into Moabs, they speed up and I'm dead. Yeah. What I kind of want to do is get Call to Arms. I know Call to Arms is going to give me enough damage, or at least I think so. The thing is, if I'm getting Call to Arms up, I could probably cut money in other ways. So I'm considering going back in time and trying a Call to Arms route with saving money in other ways, you know what I'm saying? Either way, look at how easy Call to Arms makes this round. Okay, I had a little bit of extra time on my hands, so I ended up just redoing from the get-go. And I'll give you guys a post-commentary of a brief analysis of how this went. First off, you can see I went for a heavy Mermonkey early game, and it actually worked out pretty well. The advantage of doing a play like this over the Alk buff sub I had last time is I can just, at the end of the day, upgrade all of these to echosense networks, which I'll need anyways, and that'll help me out for my Lord of the Abyss. On top of that, you can see I'm using a Spike Factory. That Spike Factory is going to be huge for us later. Either way, in round 38, I do end up affording that Abyss Dweller, so now the early game is going to be pretty easy. On top of that, the Spike Factory can pop the Mob class layer with that Alk buff, and then it's a very simple save up for my Lord of the Abyss. And at this point, I'm sure a lot of you guys could guess what I'm doing with the Spike Factory. We are going to be going for a Spike Storm into a Carpet of Spikes. This synergy with the Carpet of Spikes and the Lord of the Abyss is actually really strong. Reasoning behind it is Lord of the Abyss gives a plus 40% Pierce bonus to towers in range, and the Spike Factory giving Pierce is the same thing as giving damage, so it's just a straight up 40% buff to my Carpet of Spikes. On top of that, that's not the only reason the synergy is good. The Carpet of Spikes excels in Mob class damage, and the Lord of the Abyss excels in cleanup, so they kind of complement each other. And as you can see, once I get the Carpet of Spikes up, these rounds are very, very easy. Even round 95 DTs are not a problem, which takes us back to the live commentary. Can I achieve my goal of 50,000 spare with this strategy? All right, guys, we are back. Round 96 here. We got the Carpet of Spikes and Lord of the Abyss, and this setup goes absolutely crazy. I mean, you kind of would expect it to, because Carpet of Spikes is getting a 40% Pierce bonus from my Mermonkey, and then Mermonkey also can clean up the ceramics well, which is going to keep more spikes on the maps to focus what I want the spikes to do, and that's pop Moabs. So round 96, hopefully we're good. This is where it's going to start to get difficult, yeah. Might take a couple attempts, but I feel like with this setup, we'll be able to do 50k spare, because I'm already at almost 50k left over, with a couple rounds remaining. Okay, this time around, I think I'm going to wait to use my UCAV ability for the ZOMGs at the end of the round. Let's use it now. See if that makes any difference. We're definitely doing better. Maybe save my Spike Storm? I don't think I need it. Yeah, okay, nice. Round 97. Now, one thing I'm actually going to do is turn on auto start. The reason why auto start's important is because if you have auto start off, I think it clears all of these spikes that are placed on the map when you go into 98. But if I auto start on, the spikes will stay on the map when 98 starts, which will give me a little bit of a bonus. Let's see if that works. Some of the spikes stayed on the map, but some of them got cleared. I think it was the spikes from the ability that stayed on the map, which was odd. Let me just test my theory. real quick. If I turn auto start off. Oh, no, never mind. It still has the same spikes that cleared. Okay, so it doesn't really make any difference. All right, round 98. I'm assuming my setup doesn't defend this. If it did, that'd be kind of crazy. I don't know when I want to use this Spike Storm ability. Maybe right now. I don't have UCAV available at the start either, which is a problem. Before I figure out a solution for 98, I am going to redo 96 and use UCAV at a better timing to have it available. Yeah, this time I have UCAV a lot more off cooldown. This is good. Try this again. Drone Swarm. Spike Storm, UCAV. I still think I'm gonna die, but we're probably gonna do a slightly better. Yep, I'm dead. What is the best way to spend money here? I could always just get that overclock for my Lord of the Abyss, which I'm considering. But I definitely would like to see if there's a cheaper way to defend. What if I did something like this? 2 unstable concoctions. Just to get more overall damage in here. I feel like it's not gonna work, but who knows? Maybe it does. No, that's not even close. Yeah, round 98 is just a difficult one for this setup. I honestly don't think there's going to be a cheap solution to this round. Let's see if Overclock does it. Okay, we popped all the ZMGs down. This is good. Can I survive this part? Please? Don't die to a random ceramic? Yes? Carpet of Spikes, I need you to shoot out one more time. Just one more activation, then I'm chilling. There we go. We did it. 98 has been beaten. Now the thing is, I'm at the mercy of my Carpet of Spikes around 99. If it doesn't activate, I'm dead this round. So I'll need this to activate at least once before the DTs come out and kill me. Oh, Carpet of Spikes looks like it just wanted to take the day off. Okay, well that's great. I think what I've got to do is use this just regular Spike Storm ability at the very start of 98, so this ability comes back for 99, and that's what I'll use to deal with the DTs. We're surviving. Wait a second. Don't die here, Lord of the Abyss. No. Okay, we're fine against the ceramics. Do I get Spike Storm back? Oh, it might not even come back in time. That's really close. Come on. Please, 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 please. I'm spamming the ability. I'm spamming it. We got it. We got it. That'll beat 99 now, I'm pretty sure. Finally, let's go. We beat quad chimps with 50,000 spare using the big range Lord of the Abyss strat. That's a solid accomplishment in my opinion. This PED should not be hard to defend. Carpet of Spikes easily does enough damage. Carpet has 1 million pops, Lord of the Abyss has 700k. Pretty solid chimps run. Let's go. We got a shimmer. And yeah, as per usual, let me know your thoughts about the balance changes in the comment section down below. And if you guys did enjoy, hit the subscribe button. I'm like out. Peace, guys. Have a good one.